back to the channel, and today a quick review for this is Gai-Jin by James Clavell. This is set in 1862 and it is the third book in the Asian Sagas and a follow-up to Shogun and Tai-pan. I would say this is a true sequel to Tai-pan and a spiritual sequel to Shogun. It is quite long. This edition is about 1,050 pages in hardback, very large hardback. In paperback, this is around 1,280 pages in length. By my word count, my rough word count, it comes out about 435,000 words. This will take a little while to get through, though James Clavell's writing is very sharp, it is very modern, and the plotting does certainly help propel it. So what is this? So it's basically set on the backdrop of Japan and kind of trade relations with Japan. And there are two, other than the Western influences, there are two main Japanese sides here, the kind of pro-emperor Shishi and the pro-Toranaga shogunate. And they are played very much off against the influences of the French, of the Russians, and of the English, who all have kind of trade interests in the area. Now, because it takes place in 1862, there are a lot of French references back to Napoleon. There are English references to the Crimean War, and a lot of American references to the ongoing American Civil War at the time. And they are very big influences on the characters in this book. James Clavell always drops off some historical nuggets throughout the books, and do not be surprised to see references in there to Darwin, Dickens, Florence Nightingale, Karl Marx, lots of very topical stuff of the time, as well as kind of industrial and technological advances that were obviously relevant in 1862 when this was set. It is set 20 years after the events of Tai-pan, and if you enjoyed Shogun and Tai-pan because of the characters and the events that unfolded in those books, I can tell you almost every character, main character from Shogun and from Tai-pan, will be referenced heavily throughout this book, and the events of those two books have a direct influence on the events of this book. So therefore, it's very much a book 3 in the Asian Sagas. I probably preferred the characters in Tai-pan and the politicking in Shogun, but the three-dimensional character work is back. The melodrama that the characters are engaged in is top melodrama. If you enjoy dramas, if you enjoy period novels or romance or thrillers, all of that stuff you will find in this in Gai-Jin. It has a ridiculously crazy end. No character is ever safe. Yeah, it's more of the same, I suppose, from the Asian Sagas. Not my favourite of the 3 books so far, but I would certainly say a very, very high quality read. I give it a 4.3 out of 5.